Good evening, everybody. It's Friday night. The Stay Inn has once again opened its doors. So thank you very much for joining me this evening. As you can see, the picture is not as great as normal because Clever Clogs here has gone and left the webcam in a bag at work. So I didn't realise until 5 minutes before the quiz. So we're on the little camera tonight. So a little bit more fuzzy than normal is what it appears on my screen anyway. So I hope you can forgive me that slight misdemeanour. Had to get out of work really quickly because swimming lessons started up today. We had about 5 minutes to leave and get in the car. But yeah, great, isn't it, that things are opening up again. Anyway, how rude of me. Who are you? And what are you drinking? Of course, some of you have already answered that question for me. So I can see that we've got Graham is on the Don't Worry Be Hoppy, which is a great beer from Somerset, which I have sampled a few times. It's lovely stuff, and thank you for sending me the picture as well, Graham. And we got, I know Mum and Dad are in, Noswaith Dad, everyone back home in Wales. Dad's on the tribute tonight. Am I on tribute? No, I'm not on tribute. No, I'm not. I was on tribute earlier. I'm on Sea Fury now. So there you go. Another local Cornish beer here from Sharps. So evening to Danny, who's on the wine, and her hubby's on the Thatchers. There you go. Evening to Malcolm. Evening to, who else have we got in the Stay in this evening? Rose and Steve in St Clear. Nice to see you, and good evening, Katie, whose eyes are fuzzy anyway. Brilliant. Yeah, I'm feeling very much like that after a week back in school. It seems like a lot longer than 5 days, doesn't it? There you go. Evening to Vicky and to Kai and to Roger, who've just come in. The Lou too, thank you for joining me. So this evening's quiz is a little bit of a mixed bag. So it is 8 rounds of 5 questions, as we did a few weeks ago. And we got something a little bit different on the picture round as well. It's something that I did a few times in real quizzes, which is a word search. So you may have seen it on social media, but your task tonight is to find 10 words hidden in that word search. And they range from 4 letters long up till 9 letters long. I'm not telling you what the words are, but can you find 10 words hidden in that word search? Yeah, that is the picture round. As I said, it will be 8 rounds of 5 questions in each. And then, just for fun, there is a link between all of the answers this evening, just like in the Who's Who quiz. That is just for fun. So see if you can work it out. And then I'll reveal it once I've revealed all the answers and we've seen what people's scores are. If anyone wants to put forward what they think the link between all the answers is, please let me know. So that's where we're heading tonight, Scuizzes. Good evening to Matt, Lisa and Gordon, and to Kim and Tasha. Thank you for joining us. So I think we're just about ready to start in a few minutes. So yes, when you are ready, please let me know on the chat there that you are ready, and then we will begin this evening's quiz. As usual, I have to say those catchphrases, don't I? That it's not about what your score is; it's about who has the most fun at this evening. And I hope you still are having fun at the Stay In. And I can see the numbers on my screen there. I'm amazed that they're still this high considering pubs are open and you can go around to people's gardens and things. Yeah, it really is an honour to come here every Friday night and have you lot all join me. So here we go. As always, Graham was the first one to be ready. So our first 5 questions, so our mini round of 5, is going to be sport. So we don't often do a sports round, but lots of you do let me know that you like sports questions. So here is a sports round for you. Question number 1 this evening. Which football team play their home games at the Johan Cruyff Arena? So which football team play their home games at the Johan Cruyff Arena? Oh, my chat's just gone funny. There we go. Oh, good evening to Chris down the road. Thank you for joining us with your, I presume the family are joining in, or some of the family at least. Question number 2. What is the name given to the disc made of vulcanized rubber which is used in ice hockey? What is the name given to the disc made from vulcanized rubber which is used in ice hockey? Oh, evening, Kate, and the dog. I hope the dog is of use to you this evening, Chris, and knows some of these questions. Question number 3. Middlesex County Cricket Club play their home matches at which test ground? Middlesex County Cricket Club play their home matches at which test ground? Question number 4 this evening is murder ball is a Paralympic sport also known as wheelchair what? Murder ball is a Paralympic sport also known as wheelchair what? Question number 5. What nationality is Liverpool striker Mo Salah? So what nationality is Liverpool striker Mo Salah? So there you go, you've had 5 questions there about sport. So your next mini round of 5 is all about the human body. So the human body is our next mini round of 5 questions. Alright, so mini round 2, question 1. What is the thickest tendon in the human body? What is the thickest tendon in the human body? Question number 2. Which joint can be found between the humerus and the radius and ulna? Which joint can be found between the humerus and the radius and ulna? Question number 3. It's not a question I ever thought I'd be asking at the Stay In, but to fit in with the overall theme I had to, and thank you for the test teams for trying to find another one or help me with the wording. But here we go. Question number 3. What is the name of the thin piece of mucosal tissue which partially covers a woman's vagina? So what is the name of the thin piece of mucosal tissue which partially covers a woman's vagina? Question 4 in this mini round. Which part of the eye gives it its colour? Which part of the eye gives it its colour? And question number 5. Which part of the body shares its name with a Rick Mayall and Ade Edmondson comedy from the 1990s? Which part of the body shares its name with a Rick Mayall and Ade Edmondson comedy from the 1990s? And that is your second mini round done and dusted. So that's where we'd normally finish the first round, so I'll just give you an extra few seconds to finalise any answers there. I did just mention them, but as always, this is the point where I go thank you to my test teams for having a look through the quiz beforehand and just checking out anything, accuracy, wording, things like that, checking it's not too hard or too easy. So yeah, shout out to the test teams as normal. So round number 3 is all about nature. Okay, so it's all about animals actually. I took out the plant questions. So animals, nature, whatever you want to call it. So round 3, or mini round number 3, question number 1. Which 6-letter word is spun by a spider in order to catch its prey? What 6-letter word is spun by a spider in order to catch its prey? Question number 2. Which creature shares its name with a cueing implement in snooker? Which creature shares its name with a cueing implement in snooker? Question number 3 in this round for you. According to a 2015 poll, what is Britain's favourite bird? It gained over 34% of the 200,000 votes. So according to a 2015 poll, what is Britain's favourite bird? It gained over 34% of the 200,000 votes. So in theory, if you just guess your favourite bird, you've got a 1 in 3 chance of getting it right. Question number 4. Muzzle, rostrum and proboscis are terms used to describe what part of different animals? So muzzle, rostrum and proboscis are terms used to describe what part of different animals? And then the final question in the third mini round this evening. Elephant, garden tiger and emperor are among the most common species of which insect to be found in the UK? Elephant, garden tiger and emperor are among the most common species of which insect to be found in the UK? Apparently I'm going a bit quicker this evening. I hadn't realised. Let's see the time. Oh yeah, we are a few minutes ahead of our normal time. But I think I started the questions a bit early, didn't I? So we got one more mini round before we go to this evening's interval. And your next mini round, which I'll start in a moment, is UK Geography. Now, if I learned anything from the Scuizzes Choice Quiz last week, it is that you just love geography questions. I think about a quarter of the questions sent in were geography questions when I looked through it in a bit more detail afterwards. So hopefully you are all going to get these right, seeing as you're geographers. But mini round number 4, like I said, is UK Geography. Question number 1. Which peninsula in South Wales became the UK's first designated Area of Outstanding Natural Beauty in 1956? So which peninsula in South Wales became the UK's first designated Area of Outstanding National Beauty in 1956? There you go. I knew Katie would be happy about geography. Question number 2. In which English county would you find the Durdle Sea Arch? So in which English county would you find the Durdle Sea Arch? Oh, lovely, Christine. You're really going for it tonight. 30 years old, my goodness. Question number 3, anyway. So, in November of last year, McDonald's opened its first ever branch in which English county? This means that every county in England now has a McDonald's. So in November of last year, McDonald's opened its first ever branch in which English county? This now means that every county in England has a McDonald's. Vicky, I thought you'd smile at the Durdle Door question. I've still never been. I'm not allowed to go. Right. Back on my Welsh Rugby Union IPA for my next drink. So just sorting myself out. That's what you can hear. Questions 4 and 5 are both about cathedrals. So question number 4, once I've finished the very important job of pouring this pint. There we go. Question number 4. Which English cathedral has the tallest spire in the United Kingdom? So which English cathedral has the tallest spire in the United Kingdom? Why am I not allowed to go? Oh, it's a long story. We just kept saying we wanted to go when our students visited you. Well, we're also students going, and Maddie said we were definitely not going to Durdle Door, and since then it's just been off the menu. Vicky's been now. Oh. World and his wife went to Durdle Door last summer, didn't they? This is the part leave now, like we just start digressing away from the quiz. But let's get us back on track. Question number 5. In which English cathedral is Jane Austen buried? So in which English cathedral is Jane Austen buried? Sort of literature, sort of geography there to end off that UK geography round. Right. Homemade 30-year-old Armagnac. Wow. Homemade as well. What does it taste like? Does it taste any good? I want full tasting notes, please, from the Manor House crew. So that brings us, anyway, to the end of the first 4 mini rounds. So as I said, there is a connection between all of the answers this evening, which we're going to have a look at just for fun. There's not a point for it. Otherwise, we'll end up with 51 points, and I think that would just throw me if we had 51 points in the quiz. Yeah, so I wonder if anyone has spotted a link between the answers. None of the test teams got it. So there you go. But we will have a break as usual. I'll put the picture around, which is that word search, up during the interval. So as usual, we'll have 5 to 10 minutes so that you can go to the bar, get your bar snacks, chat up the barmaid, use the facilities, all of that malarkey before we come back, and I'll do the answers to those first 4 mini rounds for you, and then we'll move on to mini rounds 5, 6, 7 and 8. It's a step song, isn't it? 5, 6, 7, 8. What have we got coming up? We've got games, music, food and drink, and jobs. So that's what's coming up after the break. But yeah, I'll speak to you again in 5 to 10 minutes with the answers to those rounds. Here are your pictures. Here is your word search for this evening, and I shall speak to you again very soon, Scuizzes. Okay, I am back from the bar here at the State Inn. I think we're just under 10 minutes tonight. So hopefully you have managed to top up anything you needed to, and are now ready for the answers to those rounds. So I'm going to take the word search away so you can see me again. Here I am. So it appears that at least one team have spotted the connection, and possibly another, although they're not letting on yet, by a little bit of deduction going on there, not necessarily through their answers. But there you go. Right, let's do some answers, shall we? Sorry, my chat's just disappeared. It does this every now and again. I'm sure it'll flash back up in a moment. So let's do the answers, shall we, to the first 4 mini rounds and see how you're doing so far this evening. So your first mini round was sport. So question number 1, the football team that play their home games at the Johan Cruyff Arena, that is Ajax. Question number 2, the disc used in ice hockey is a puck. 3, Middlesex County cricket team, they play at Lord's. 4, murder ball is wheelchair rugby. And 5, Mo Salah, he is Egyptian. So you've got Ajax, puck, Lords, rugby and Egyptian. Oh, Vicky believes that her team has the connection. Oh, brilliant. Round number 2, the body round. So the thickest tendon in the human body is Achilles. The joint between the humerus and the radius and ulna is elbow. The mucosal tissue which partially covers a woman's vagina is the hymen. Number 4, it is the iris which gives the eye its colour. And question 5, the part of the body that shares its name with the Rick Mayall and Ade Edmondson comedy is bottom. So Achilles, elbow, hymen, iris and bottom. There for round 2. And then round number 3, a spider spins a cobweb. I needed the 6 letters there before. Question number 2, the creature which shares its name with a cueing implement in snooker, that's a spider. Number 3, according to the 2015 poll, Britain's favourite bird is a robin. 4, muzzle, rostrum and proboscis, that refers to an animal's snout. So the mouth and nose area, the snout. Question number 5, elephant, garden tiger and emperor are all common species of moth. So cobweb, spider, robin, snout and moth. And then geography. The peninsula in South Wales that became the UK's first AONB is Gower. Number 2, Durdle Door is in Dorset. Number 3, McDonald's opens its first branch in Rutland last November. Question 4, the tallest spire in the United Kingdom is in Salisbury. And Jane Austen is buried in Winchester. We've got Gower, Dorset, Rutland, Salisbury and Winchester. So those are your answers to the first 4 mini rounds there. So how are we doing so far, Scuizzes? Please let me know. I think we decided that, out of those rounds, I think we may have done the harder rounds first to just give you a chance of hearing those answers before we get to the main connection later on. I think that's what we decided with the test teams. But yeah, I hope you're having fun this evening. I'm just going to moider a little bit while I wait for your scores to come up on my screen there. It is all about having fun, isn't it? And what was I going to say? Yes, Google is your friend. We can use Google, but you're only cheating yourself. So I've said it there, if anyone is still playing the bingo. Right, scores are coming in. You did learn the county town of Rutland last week, and the McDonald's is on the outskirts of Oakham. It's completely divided opinion. So we got 15s, all 20 for Mum and Dad. Do you know what? As I was writing, I did think this is a Mum and Dad type of quiz. So lots of 15s, loads of 15s coming in. Steve and Rose are on 20 as well. Well done. Katie's let herself down on the geography round. You did that last week, Katie. Yeah, great scores. Really good scores coming in. So maybe they weren't the hard ones. Or maybe you are just on it tonight, Scuizzes. Let's go for that. You are just on it and are brilliant. We know that anyway, don't we? Okay. Shall we move on with mini round number 5, which is the games round. So games. Here we go. What name is given to a card game that can be played by a single player? So what name is given to a card game which can be played by a single player? And I am thinking here of the British name of this, not the American one. Okay. That's a few more. I think they've got the connection. Brilliant. There we go. Lots of you seem to be getting the connection. You've just outdone the test teams. Sorry, test teams. Of course, you could all be wrong with this connection. That's the great thing about it, isn't it? Question number 2. Originally known as Reversi, which game uses 64 identical discs which are light on one side and dark on the other? Originally known as Reversi, which game uses 64 identical discs which are light on one side and dark on the other? Question number 3. In a game of chess, which piece can move any number of places horizontally, vertically, or diagonally? In a game of chess, which piece can move any number of places horizontally, vertically, or diagonally? And number 4 now. In the popular board game of Trivial Pursuit, what colour is the Science and Nature category? In the popular board game of Trivial Pursuit, what colour is the Science and Nature category? Question number 5. In a game of Scrabble, how many points is the N tile worth? In a game of Scrabble, how many points is an N tile worth? So that is the end of round number 5 for you. So the next one is the music round. So the next round is music. Just some of you are vaguely along the right lines with the connection, but can you be specific with it? Simon, I have deleted your comment there because I think you were giving a little bit much away. Alright, so round number 6, mini round number 6, here you go, is the music round. And question number 1 in the music round this evening. Which type of drum is made of 2 skins with a set of tension strings or wires stretched across the lower skin? Which type of drum is made of 2 skins with a set of tension strings or wires stretched across the lower skin? Question number 2 in mini round number 6. Which former army captain had a number 1 single in 2005 with the song You're Beautiful? Which former army captain had a number 1 single in 2005 with the song You're Beautiful? Question number 3. In terms of size, which instrument excuse me, in terms of size, which instrument comes between the violin and the cello in the violin family of instruments? In terms of size, which instrument comes between a violin and a cello in the violin family of instruments? Question number 4. The oldest musical instrument is said to be a Neanderthal version of which instrument made from the thigh bone of a bear? So the oldest musical instrument is said to be a Neanderthal version of what instrument made from a thigh bone of a bear? And question number 5. What was the name of Blondie's 1999 comeback single? Their first release since 1982. So what was the name of Blondie's 1999 comeback single? Their first release since 1982. Okay, so that's the end of that round. We've just got 2 mini rounds left to go, which is the food and drink round and then the jobs round. So I'll just give you a moment just to settle up any answers from those last 2 mini rounds before we progress to the last 2. Chat disappeared again, but I think I've got it back up and running. So moving on to mini round number 7, which is the food and drink round. Okay, question 1 in mini round number 7. Which variation of Earl Grey tea is flavoured with orange peel and lemon peel alongside the usual bergamot oil? So which variation of Earl Grey tea is flavoured with orange peel and lemon peel alongside the usual bergamot oil? Question 2. Which member of the apple and pear family looks like a bumpy pear and appears a golden yellow colour once ripe? Which member of the apple and pear family looks like a bumpy pear and appears a golden yellow colour once ripe? Question number 3. Which type of dark beer was first brewed in London in the 18th century? Which type of dark beer was first brewed in London in the 18th century? Question number 4. What is the UK's best-selling brand of sausages? What is the UK's best-selling brand of sausages? round. Question 5 in this round. We've had to go blockbusters style on this one after discussions with the test teams. Which S is the name given to a drink formed by distilling grains or fruit in order to increase the alcoholic content? Which S is given to a drink formed by distilling grains or fruits in order to increase the alcoholic content? So mini round number 8 is, I'm calling it jobs. So it's all about jobs that people had. And that is our final mini round of the evening before we go to our second little interval. So let's move swiftly on to mini round number 8, jobs. In the famous TV advert, who was throwing a party which served Ferrero Rocher? So in the famous TV ad, who was throwing a party which served Ferrero Rocher? Question number 2. Mary Seacole was well known in the 19th century, but what was her profession? Mary Seacole was well known in the 19th century, but what was her profession? Roger, can you let me know which question that was? Because there's such lag, I don't know which one you're talking about. Colin's asking, is anyone else buffering? On my little graph, it says it's an excellent connection. But it might have done in question 1. So Roger, question 1, yeah. According to the famous TV advert, who was throwing a party which served Ferrero Rocher? Please repeat. Question 5 for Malcolm. Okay, question 5 in the last round for you, Malcolm. Which S is the name given to a drink formed by distilling grains or fruits to increase the alcoholic content? I'll repeat it. Question 5 in the last round for you, Malcolm, and then question 1 in round 8 for who was it, for Roger. So now we're back into round 8 for everybody else, which is question 3 in round 8. What job did Boris Johnson hold from May 2008 until May 2016? What job did Boris Johnson hold from May 2018 until May 2016? Sorry if there were some buffering issues there. Yeah, I didn't get my usual warnings coming up, so sorry about that. And normally it tells me if it's going to be buffering or if there's a bad connection. Question number 4, so just 2 questions left this evening. Before becoming a best-selling author, what was John Grisham's profession? Before becoming a best-selling author, what was John Grisham's profession? question 5. Which role, currently held by Prince Charles, was first created in 1307? Its first holder was Edward the Black Prince. Which role, currently held by Prince Charles, was first created in 1337? Its first, the first person to hold it was Edward the Black Prince. So there we are. We have got through all 8 mini rounds. Hopefully we didn't have any more buffering issues for those last few questions. Please let me know if you need any repeating. So as usual, now is our second little interval for you to go to the bar and do anything that you need to do here in the Stay In. I'll put up the word search again for you so you can spot those 10 words hidden in there. And then when we come back in just 2 to 3 minutes, it's a really quick interval this one, isn't it? Then we'll go through the word search answers first, and then mini rounds 5, 6, 7 and 8. And then we'll talk about what the connection was. And I've got a tiebreaker for you as well, as usual. So I haven't seen any more repeats coming in, so I'll put that word search now, and then I shall speak to you in just a couple of minutes, Scuizzes. There you go. Speak to you soon. Okay, Scuizzes, I am now back at the computer ready to go with the answers to your word search round, and then mini rounds 5, 6, 7 and 8. So hopefully you are ready here. So here are the words hidden in your word search. Okay, so we have got, I'm going to go the down ones first, left to right. So we have got rumour, and the next to that going upwards we've got hero, and then going down shadow, going up we've got fang, going down we've got simple, and then slender, and finally going up we've got messenger, then going across we've got gentleman, speed and groom. Okay, so those are the 10 words there. Rumour, hero, shadow, fang, simple, slender, messenger, gentleman, speed and groom. Okay, so I've just seen that Colin's had 18 words in there. Goodness me, are they really? The test teams couldn't find any more than 10 in there. I created it and put those words in and then filled in random letters and asked them to check for any others. Yeah, so apologies if I've accidentally put 18 in there. Yeah, let me know what other 8 are in there, Colin. Interesting. But those were the 10 that I was looking for. So let me get rid of those. If you did find any, you can give yourselves an extra point for them, up to 10, and then yeah, it just won't fit the connection. Let's do the answers to mini round 5, shall we? Oh, sorry, that's round 7. Here we go. Mini round 5 was the games round. So question 1. The name given to card games played by a single player is Patience. Question number 2. Reversi was originally known as Othello. 13. In a game of chess, it's a queen which can move any number of places in any direction. Question number 4. In Trivial Pursuit, the science of nature is green. And question 5. In a game of Scrabble, an end tile is worth 1. It looks like I'm going to have serious words with my test teams on their word search skills, doesn't it? I seem to have accidentally put in a number of words. Yes, sorry, completely apologise about that. Sorry, Scuizzes. There you go. Round number 6 was the music round. So the type of drum with 2 skins with tension strings between them was a snare. Question 2, the former army captain who had the number 1 with You're Beautiful, James Blunt. Question 3, in terms of size, you'd find a viola between a violin and a cello, so viola. 4, the oldest musical instrument was a flute. It was a thigh bone of a bear with a few chiselled holes in it. And question number 5, Blondie's comeback single was Maria. So snare, James Blunt, viola, flute and Maria. Question 7, round number 7 was food and drink. So the variation of Earl Grey is known as Lady Grey. Question number 2, the member of the apple and pear family, which I described, is a quince. Question number 3, the dark beer first brewed in London in the 18th century, that's porter. Question 4, the UK's best-selling brand of sausages is Richmond. And question 5, the S in there for a drink made from distilled grains and fruit is a spirit. So Lady Grey, quince, porter, Richmond and spirit. Question 8, round 8. Okay. Getting this mixed up, aren't I? So in the famous TV ad, it was the ambassador who threw a party that served Ferrero Rocher. Question 2, Mary Seacole was a nurse. Question 3, Boris Johnson, he was the Mayor of London. Question 4, John Grisham was a lawyer. And question 5, the role created in 1337 first held by Edward the Black Prince, now held by Prince Charles. That's the Duke of Cornwall. So ambassador, nurse, mayor of London, lawyer, and Duke of Cornwall. There we go. Chat about things. So yeah, if you found any 10 words, give yourselves the 10 words in there, because that is what I asked you to do. I was just trying to be a little bit too clever, wasn't I, getting in all those words that fit the connection in some way. So yes, there are all your answers for this evening. How have you got on? And as you give your score, what is the connection? Just for a bit of fun, see if anyone got the connection here. And did you get it very specifically, is what I'd like to know. And then we'll move on to the tiebreak, because I'm sure, looking at your first half scores, then we will have some very equal scores coming in. Yeah, so how have you done this evening? Let me have a drink. There you go. So here we go. Scores coming in. Oh, that drink's gone down the wrong way. So we got Danny's on a 42. Great score there, Danny. Well done. We got everyone's in the 40s this week. This is a good one, isn't it? There we go. Graham says the connections, they were all answers. They were all answers. There you go. Yeah, my dad dropped in that second part. Yeah, so we've got Shakespeare as our connection coming in from a lot of you. Yeah, all of the answers are characters in Shakespeare. So they're all characters in the Shakespeare. Yeah, every one of them, from, Quince, Lady Grey, the Duke of Cornwall, Queen, Othello, Green, One is a character even. Flute. Oh no, I didn't put the pistol question in, did I? There you go. Egyptian, Puck, Iris, all of them are all Shakespearean characters. So there you go. They're all Shakespearean characters. So yeah, here we go. Lots of you put down Shakespearean characters, so well done. Loads of really high scores. Let's finish with a tiebreaker. And it is a Shakespearean tiebreaker. I did want to do a whole quiz on Shakespeare, but I thought if I did that, people would leave in their droves, because for some reason people don't seem to like him, although I do love him. When you get into it, there's a lot of good stuff in there. And it is his birthday today, and his death day, as we learnt in the quizzes a few weeks ago. But for your tiebreaker this evening, the Shakespearean character with the most lines in a single play is Hamlet. So I would like to know, how many lines does Hamlet speak? That is what I would like to know. So how many lines does Hamlet speak? He's the Shakespearean character with the most lines. There you go. What have we got? Lots of really good scores still coming in. Yeah, Shakespearean characters. Yeah, there you go. You were, Chris, born in Stratford-upon-Avon. You did the marathon there a few years ago. I remember speaking to you about that. One of the first times that I met you, I think. So there you go. And it is in... I don't know if it's in Shakespeare's list of characters, Mum. It was on the... Oh, I've forgotten what it was. The Shakespeare Online something or other that I double-checked it on, and did have a look through my complete works back there. And just to double check some, and the ones that I checked were in there, so I just thought the online register must be right. There you go. We got Colin coming in with a guess of 2,300. Odd 470 there for Roger. What we got? We got Claire on 1,780. Just give it a few more seconds. See if any more guesses come in. Let me just get up the answer here. Okay, so I can see a few more just coming in now. By the time I've read the answer out, I'm sure I'll have a few more on the screen. But Hamlet, he has 1,569 lines to say. So 1,569 lines. So I think the closest I've seen is Claire, who is closest so far, just pipping Katie by just a few there. There you go. Yeah, very close. You got closest on something last week or the week before, didn't you, Claire? I'm sure you read your name out not long ago. Look out for Shakespeare at the Sturts Theatre this summer. Oh, definitely will do, Steve. There you go. But yes, thank you so much for joining me again in the Stay In on a Friday evening. Yeah, I will be back next week. It is a pleasure to quiz you all on a Friday evening, despite being absolutely exhausted this week. So I'll look forward to next week. No theme as such. Again, we're just going to have a random mix of questions just to relax at the end of a week. What's this? Is Chris closer? I didn't see Chris's come through. There you go. I can't do that maths quick enough. But well done if Chris is closer. Oh, I can just see Chris's. Yes, Chris, you're definitely closer. So yes. Sorry, Claire, you're not the closest anymore. Yes, but thank you so much, and I'll look forward to seeing you on next Friday for another quiz. As always, thank you, and in the meantime, please stay safe with whatever you are doing, and speak to you all very soon. Good night, Scuizzes.